Alrighty then, so now that we're back at the base, I shall give you the grand tour of the improved base. The tower, you know, I didn't change anything besides the color. Now I did dig a big well. The purpose, it's actually quite deep, but then I fiddled with the water levels because I did lower it a while ago just to avoid hearing this noise. I don't know if you can hear the sea, but down we go. Woohoo! And we are 35 meters deep. The actual well does go quite a lot deeper than this, and it's all kinds of creepy. But I figured it's enough for my purpose. So in order to get out of the well, I have this ladder that eventually I'm going to reach the top. Okay, it's not possible to have a hatch because you can't actually climb through it after you build it. So, hole stays like it is. The other thing is that hole has a bunch of collectors, and if you collect water, it's collected as ice. So, ta-da! My hydrogen production area. It's kind of dark because I was running into power issues. I'll just turn on everything for the moment. Right, it's a big building underground with a pipe coming all the way from that collector that you saw there. It actually has 5 collectors down there to collect enough ice for my production here. And I should be large industry cargo. There we go. I have 2,000 tons of ice. So that cargo over there is full of ice. Now I have a sorter here that just allows stuff to go out of the cargo, not in, because otherwise, you know, the automated system would just put stuff inside my cargo there, or I don't want to risk it. So it's literally just a one-way sorter. Now I have a bunch of H2O2 generators around here that collect that ice and transform it into hydrogen and oxygen. As you can see, they're full. Let's go on the top side. I did connect them one by one because I figured it's better looking this way. Right, over here we have 2 large hydrogen tanks that are currently full of hydrogen, 1 oxygen tank in between. Now if you want to go check closer, you can go through here. And yeah, the water recycler thing needs ice, and I put it here because I have a sorter that prevents ice from going outside of this facility. So yeah, that's why I need it there. I also turned it off because it was filling my cargo containers with ice. It keeps on producing like there's no tomorrow. So yeah, I was gonna show you that I have another sorter here. One-way sorter going out from this facility where I blacklist ice just to prevent ice from flooding into my other cargo containers that are connected to the base. And that's pretty much it, this whole facility. Those are heavy armored blocks just to protect a bit my hydrogen tanks from being shot by a random bullet and explode half my base. So yeah, I figured the scaffolding is not really armored, but it is nice to look down there and see that whole facility. Right, now we come to the storage building, which is a tiny building. big massive doors or the tiny ones. Hatch, basically to create an airlock, one on here, one on the other side, but if you need to, you can open the big gate and just go through. And I think it was pressurized, maybe, I don't know. Now just some decorative blocks with some storage shelves, some lights, some cargo, some rusty cargo and stuff. A small drinking area, or you know, vending machine and stuff, like just whatever utilitarian corner this is, clean up and stuff for the crew personnel. And I have massive cargo containers, industrial large, on the left all the way to the end. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cargo containers, and they're connected on the sides with 2, 4, 6, yeah, 6, 7, 8 large hydrogen tanks, which are also full of hydrogen, so I have a lot of hydrogen in the base. Now I have 9 oxygen tanks, which are also full and connected among each other, and then everything goes down through this pipe into the next building, which I will show you right now. Now this, on the other hand, is a more massive structure that you saw a bit in the previous episode when I was welding it. I shall show you the proper way to get in, because the doors are set on 1 second auto close timer. The auto close delay 1 second. So once I open it, I go through, it just closes by itself. No need for sensors. The sensor you do here is one here and one all the way to the end, if you can see it. Maybe, if not, I'll show you. The one here is turning on this vent, and the one at the end is turning on this vent, because once I reach half the size of the building, this sensor can no longer detect me. So if I'm AFK in the back, the sensor does not detect the player, so this air, in theory, could basically wear out. I have a console where I can check stuff and recharge my batteries. A small cargo container where I just use it for conveyor access, basically, to get stuff, especially when I built it, this building, this facility. And my industrial refineries, which are quite loud at the moment because they're refining a lot of cobalt. But these refineries, the industrial ones, they're using 334 kilowatts. The regular ones are using 560. That's because I have power upgrade modules in the back. You can come over here, so I have 3 power upgrades and 1 speed. The same for all. So yeah, this is a very nice way of getting through the actual refinery, so the model is amazing. These are the industrial assemblers, same story. Speed, power, and then 1 power on the bottom. 3 industrial assemblers, which are a lot more quiet than the refineries at the moment. This is my spot for when I'll eventually get my advanced assembler. That's a 2x2 cube plus the modules on the top. And this is my food production, which at the moment is doing nothing. This is my Naquita refinery, I wanna say, processing facility thing. Naquita production facility, right. But yeah, not a big deal, just some refiners, assemblers, and food processors, and anything that I will use in the future that it's required to produce stuff, I can place it in here. Now, I'm gonna lose some oxygen, but I think I have enough for this. This is a modded gate. Ta-da! It's actually half of it. Half is in the ground. That's how big it is. And I have a even bigger gate than this. Again, a modded gate. But it was the only gate that I could fit in here with the height that I have, because they're all, every gate that I have, it just doesn't do it justice on the height level. I don't know where the button is, to be honest, to actually push a button and close it. I might put a button somewhere on the wall. I don't have to use build vision or whatever the mod is called. So yeah, now this should turn green and start pressurizing the entire chamber again. Yep, it's a big room to pressurize, so it does take a minute. There we go, the oxygen is on high, so if I take my helmet off, or I mean at least open the visor, I can breathe. So yeah, in order to avoid wasting all this oxygen that I just took out when I opened the gate, I have this little hatch here, and I need to close my visor because I don't have oxygen beyond this point. I am gonna waste a little bit of oxygen from this corridor every time I go through, but it's nothing compared to opening the entire room. And yeah, that's it. Oh no, I need to show you the bridge. Yeah, this is what I built. 2 rooms and that solar panel tower. That is just 8 solar panels, and I'm not sure that I welded all of them yet, but it's what I have. Now I started this road slash tunnel on a slant, basically trying to go straight without any changes in the inclination, but I realized that it would take me 10 kilometers to get to the top of the mountain, which was overshooting my intended purpose. So then I go radically up in the middle there. That's why the whole base here is a bit crooked, because I made this tunnel and then I wanted a maintenance room, so I got a sensor again, the same thing. This turns on when it sees me, so I can go inside and I can open my visor and breathe some fresh air. I got a bed here where if I sleep I do have a view of the sky. And this is just another oh, whoa, sorry, I don't have oxygen in there apparently. It's just a hatch going in the back of the building. Now I have some batteries in here that I'm charging. Again, they're all connected to the base, so they're probably dead, as you can see. Almost dead. And I don't know why that thing is red. Oh yeah, I got a cargo connector in the system. I have some emergency food and water here as well. Yeah, so just a tiny maintenance room, nothing fancy. Just where I could get my oxygen and food and cargo access while I was building this facility around the road. Those are the cargo conveyor system that's feeding the turrets I have up here. And I don't know why, but I thought it would look better if I have this, the conveyors, the full block conveyors instead of the pipings. It might not have, I mean, I could have placed the tubes, it would have been cheaper, and covered them with some not scaffolding, some catwalks. That would have probably looked better, but too late now. On the side here I got 3 wind turbines, because they're so close, they're not actually generating a whole lot of power. I might spread them out or move them or whatever in the future, but that's what I have at the moment. Some solar panels again in the front. They're fixed positions, the solar panels, so they're not generating as much power as they could, but because of the position that I have according in relation to the sun, I get decent power out of them. I also forgot to show you this, where I have the exhaust pipes from the refinery facility. This is like a vent that basically takes out any toxic gases from inside. And these are the exhaust for the refineries. They're just decorative, of course. One of them is burning some combustible gases, the other one is some toxic gas, and one of them is just smoke. It's a refinery, you know, it does process chemicals, so breaks down chemicals into better stuff, so you know, I figured it fits. Alright, so back to the road. I got some poles and some lights over here. That's the beauty of the lights. You can see those rays that they generate in the darkness, which is quite nice. And the road is quite long, and I intentionally did not light up the place completely because I did want to give it that sense of a tunnel and grand spacious tunnel, not just a hole in the ground going up. This is the part where you go a tad bit higher, then it flattens a bit, and then again. This is the way I could use the road blocks at its best, so you know, it is what it is. I tried to leave the walls of the tunnels to see the rock, but make some beams reinforcement just to give it that feel that, you know, the rock won't collapse on top of you at any given second. And yeah, this is it. Nothing else, nothing big, nothing too complex, just 2 rooms in a tunnel. I did not use any kind of creative methods of voxel manipulation or something. I did use my miner. Again, just because in the situation where I was doing this, I was trying to replicate what I would do in a survival perspective. So, in case something doesn't work, I can troubleshoot it here instead of troubleshooting it in my survival world, but it turns out it's fine. Oh yeah, and I connected the bases because they're crooked. I mean, this one is a bit crooked. I did connect the base here beneath that scaffold, not scaffold, that catwalk. There's a rotor and some hinges and another rotor. I don't know if you can tell, but basically it's just a bunch of hinges and rotors and a piston, I believe. I needed just to get this curve connected like this, and then go straight for my main base. And it's actually cargo connected everywhere, so it's advanced rotors and hinges and pistons that you can pass items through. And yeah, this is the new miner that I built, that I used to make the tunnel, and I mined a ton of cobalt, and then I realized I ran out of power. It's a wheel-based vehicle, but it does need a lot of thruster power just to go forward and backwards, especially when it's in a big incline. When you're digging sometimes like this, or actually like this. So you're on a very steep slope, and you need a lot of power to go back up. And the wheel, especially when you have a lot of cargo like ore, yeah, it's not handling well. I mean, the wheels do not have enough power no matter what. I mean, even empty, I think this truck empty cannot go up the tunnel without the thrusters. Even if you get a big head up speed, it still cannot go up. And Yeah, that's so much for the presentation. I will turn off every light that I have because, as you can see, every battery that I own and it's connected, it's kind of dead. So in theory, a battery is recharged in minus a day. So it currently has 990 kilowatts hour, and I'm inputting 160 and I'm using 154. So yeah, I'm slowly charging. In theory, I'll probably be charged in 11 years or something like that. The batteries on the base, I am inputting 469, outputting 464, so I'm getting 4 kilowatts extra power. So yeah, stored power, fully recharged in minus 1 day. I don't think this is showing correctly, but it's probably going to take me a long time to get my battery bank up and running. So just to get a feel on that, I will make a LCD. I'm gonna place it somewhere. I don't know where. Maybe there. And I think I need a programmable block as well to run a script. So I shall place it on top here, I think, if I can. I guess I can't, so I'm gonna place it here. There we go. I'm gonna break it and move it anyway, because I need to make quite a few more chambers like this. One of them is gonna be the automated processes, or maybe I'll put them in the utility room, like the programmable blocks and projectors and the scanner, stuff like that. I will need to make another room. I don't know how big it's gonna be for power generation, where I'll have a bunch of batteries, a bunch of hydrogen generators, and eventually some reactors or arc reactors or whatever other means of power generation we can find. And I will expand on the solar panel, which is right now, I think it's just like a temporary slap of additional power. I'm gonna try and make it look better. Once I get access to the welder, I can place the blocks, because it has a seat on it, so I can actually ride that little pod, welding pod, so I can go up with it, place blocks, and then weld them, and I don't have to worry about the rotor killing me. But back to our problem at hand is I want the battery monitor. So I need to LCD battery. That's it. I need to name that on my LCD. Okay. No, not battery, base LCD battery. There we go. So my base power is 9% completely. I think it calculates the power I have stored in all the vehicles attached as well. So yeah, it's very, very low. And I'm going to work towards that problem as fast as I can. Most likely I have one more solar panel to weld, as far as I can tell here. No, actually 3 more. So if I could weld those, they do produce quite a decent power, because the solar panels and base solar panels, oh yeah, I can't see through because it's rotor. So right now it's 1, 2, 3. I don't know if it's... I think these are the ones. 261. Yeah. So these are the ones. 261 right now, or 318 maybe. Anyway, they're producing quite a bit. I mean, 318, and a wind turbine is 318, 158, 360, 340. It's randomly according to the wind. 457, the higher ones, I guess. So I don't know. It's up there. It's good enough, and you can have quite a few of them. But the position, according to the in relations to the tower, also has a problem. So I can't expand it too much. And also plan to make it on top of the hill, if possible, somewhere around here ish, and have it a bit bigger in size, so it doesn't crash into the tower, defense tower. So somewhere around here ish, in the middle, I would have it a better solar tracking tower. I say tower a lot, I don't I? But you know, what can I say? It's a tower. So yeah, this is the base. All the improvements. Like I said in my previous... Oh yeah, I don't know if I showed off the tower though, because I did do the tower in survival before I swapped from these stairs though. Before I swapped from the survival save to the test save and continued here, I did actually finish this tower. And my test world is literally a copy of the survival world. I make a copy named off camera and then modify something, and then when I'm done modifying it, I delete it, go back to my survival, and redo it there. At least that's how I used to do it. So yeah, the tower is this. And inside the tower though, this is where everything goes crazy. I have some buttons here that are for the bulkhead doors. Basically, I'm trying to give the sensation or the idea that you can come up here in case you're attacked. You're covered by the turrets, and you push the button and you get sealed in, and you're more defended compared to just armor blocks, which I'm planning to replace with heavy armor blocks. And you get some information like the weather and stuff outside, and you can use all these consoles to control the base, and maybe you have some scripts running or whatever, you know, and you get motivated so you and your crew can actually live in here, because this can turn on and pressurize the room. And yeah, that's basically it. You just, it's a control tower. You do what you have to do in here and you're safe. And once the alarm goes off or the imminent threat is over, you just this is the pressurizing the other button. So once the imminent threat is done, you can raise the bulkheads doors, and then you get some nice light inside, and you can actually watch, or you know, look through the windows. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So this is the tower. See, the solar panel is almost touching the control tower, so I can't really expand too much more. What I could do is probably jump from here onto the solar panels and weld them. Let's see if this is enough. I don't even know if I can do this. Oh no, I'm dead. Ah! Fail. Ow. Alright. Shall we try again? I don't know if it's worth it, because we can't keep dying like this. We'll run out of clones. Or cloning material. I did only die, as far as I remember, my count was, I think this is my 5th clone, I think, something like this. Maybe 6th or maybe 4th. Last time I counted it was either 4 or 5, so maybe this is the 5th or the 6th. So, in theory, we could potentially jump, but I don't know if I can reach all the way there with the gravity and all. But we can... no. I'm dead again. Ow. You go down really fast. We have no jumping capability. Almost. I could potentially grab my welding drone and see if it has enough power to get me up there and back. I mean, I just need a few seconds to get there, but my batteries are not you. There's 12% and I got 2 of them, so let's see if I control you home. Oh man, I called you home. If I were to turn on my welding, my thrusters and unlock, I got 7 minutes of flight. 6. I mean, we can 4. I mean, I can try, but I think I'm gonna crash, to be honest. Ow. Okay. Disconnect without moving. Right. Quickly jump on the seat. And remote control. Fly. And let's go up there. 3 minutes. 2 minutes. It's close. Really close. I don't even know what happens if I can walk on these solar panels with the inclination that I have right now. So my camera is broken. I can't see exactly where I am, but okay. Well, I'm able to stay on them. I don't know if I can go back on the welder pod, but it looks like I have all the required components to at least get the 3 that I was missing. Okay. Please, okay. Oh yeah, I can't get up there. I need the welder pod to go closer. A lot closer without burning the actual solar panels. Can I get in there, please? Yes, control and go. Alright. Now let's park you back before you run out of power and you crash us both. One minute left while using it. full on. So this is the fiddly part because I can't actually see. Let me press F and then if I can. Actually, I should leave myself on the ground so I can fly it from my view without being in the seat. Oh yeah. Let's do it this way. Control. Up. Up, 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 up. Forward. I don't have such a good view, but I could align myself something like this in the middle of the thing, then come back to this view, and yeah, that's what I was hoping. Lock, turn off the thrusters, and we're locked and safe again, in theory. Right, so that was a success. I didn't need to die twice. I could have just done this from the beginning. Yeah. I mean, I did turn off the lights, but apparently everything is lit in here. Is it from the daylight? Or do I actually have the lights turned on? No, they're on, and they're using a ton of power. 350 kilowatts. So lights, all of you, go off please. On, off. There we go. Everything goes dark. I'm sorry, but I have a lot of extreme corner lights which use a lot of power. So yeah. Now let's check the power consumption, because I think it just improved a lot. We are inputting 400 and we're outputting 158. So yeah, we are fully recharged in 14 hours. So our battery should go up considerably. This is another LCD from the auto crafting mod, the script that just shows me some resources I have. So that being said, this is the grand tour of the base changes that I did. I'm sorry I didn't get the chance to record it. I was just doing it whenever I had time, little by little. I didn't set up any external cameras like another player recording and stuff. That's why it's easier to do in my test world, because you just get to it and you do it and you don't have to worry about your angles or your camera. Is the OBS still recording? Is the other character still online? It's did I get kicked off? Do I get lag? Do I get this and that and this and that? So you know, you just take your miner, set it up, dig some holes in the ground. You're watching some YouTube in the meantime. You don't have to worry about copyright sounds being recorded in the background and so forth, you know. That's why it's so much easier doing it without recording. And unfortunately I did not have enough room to write down like processing facility or something like this, so I came up with factory utility. Those are the only words that I could think of and fit on the sides there. So yeah, the next room I shall do full-on survival mode, so you can actually see the whole process from start to finish. It's gonna probably be right next to it here. And it's going to be our power storage, and it's going to be made out of full heavy blocks, at least the top and the entrance sides. In the middle of the mountain it's no point having heavy blocks, but you know, we could if needed eventually. So yeah, we shall continue from that. Alright guys, so this is it for the grand tour for the new improved base. We'll continue building on camera and hopefully it's gonna capture the full process that I went through with the other two that I didn't. So thanks for watching, Leave me a comment, tell me if you have any suggestions, questions, something. And see you in the next one. You're amazing. Bye.